Good morning, folks. It's time to have the big talk. The big talk this time is about survival. We have reached a place now in our life on this planet that we can no longer kick the can down the road. The road is pretty close to the end. There's no more negotiating. There's no more frittering around with this whole process. The choices are clear. And even though we want to bury our head in the sand and pretend that since our life is still pretty okay, that nothing bad is coming down the road. But the reality is that the planet is, in a way, it's tired of supporting our self-indulgence and our abuses of our intelligence that have gone so far that we are simply destroying the viability of our life on this planet. One thing we need to really understand is that this planet does not need us. It got along fine without the human race, and it'll get along just fine without the human race if we end up being, simply because of our stupidity, an evolutionary dead end. We don't need to be that, but we certainly have worked our way into that kind of a position. We need to begin to think, just not think seriously, we need to begin to act to save ourselves. This is really about salvation. It is whether we're going to save the human race from extinction or whether we're just going to blithely go along with our leaders and pretend that everything is going to somehow turn out okay because they tell us it is okay because they're making a lot of money. We actually have the seeds of our own salvation within us. Part of what has happened is that for millennia, actually, we have been sold this idea that somehow some kind of hierarchical structure is going to save us, where the leaders on the top make the decisions for us and use us and abuse us in whatever way they want and exploit us and exploit the planet for their benefit and for their ends, and that we are supposed to just blithely go along with it. Well, clearly, one of the things is a hierarchical system is just cries to be abused because the people on the top have too much power over the people below them, and sometimes someone said once, why would you want power if you couldn't abuse it? And that's pretty much the way it operates. So the people on the top, the people that we have been told are going to lead us out of the problem, have not been working they have not had our best interests in heart. They have been there for their best interest, either to prove their vision was right or their ideology was right, or to be sure, and always be sure that they lived well in spite of whatever is happening to us. And we're asked to be out there and produce the goods that make the whole process work and fight the wars and make all the sacrifices while they sit back and direct things. An incredible amount of arrogance and hubris meaning people in power forgetting that they are not gods, and that the planet knows something about survival that our leaders have been ignoring. We understand it. We as the ordinary people understand it. If you think about ordinary people as kind of being, at the beginning of life, we are all given a spark of life. And we were not born to be abused and we are of value. We are of value. And within that spark of life is this seed that has this incredible potential of what a human being can be. And we've been told that there is no potential there, that our seeds are just dormant and we should not ever think about using them. Well, now is the time. Now is the time to walk away from that kind of leadership and to move to a grassroots level where the people let their seeds germinate. and let them begin to grow and let them burst into blossom and find a way to unify together in spite of what our leadership is telling us, and to find ways to act together, to unify, to find, to move back toward the web of life that connects us all, and actively find ways to cooperate with everybody. It's like the house is burning, and then when the house is burning, you know that everybody that can help should help. It doesn't matter. There's no distinctions. There's no differences. You welcome help from whoever is going to help you survive. You know, just recently, my wife and I attended a training for the Climate Reality Project, and now officially we're spokesmen for that. But I mean, we knew that pretty well before, that what dire straits we're in and how close we are to the extinction of the human race. I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion that we're going to survive. It's in our hands, and we don't have any leadership almost anywhere out of the governmental and hierarchical systems that is telling us that we need to do something. They want us to just sit back and let it all happen and let them be in control. Well, we can't do that. We have to, on the grassroots level, we have to go out and be active in the ways that we can. We need to unify. We need to be reconnected with the wisdom of the universe. Nature knows how to make this whole thing work. And if we have enough humility and can let go of our arrogance enough to say, well, maybe nature knows something that we don't know. Well, let's find a way to work together. Let's find a way to work with other people, with other citizens of the United States, people in our communities, people in our organizations, to find ways to stop the destruction that we are causing, and to begin to find ways to balance again. Now, if we unify, incredible things happen when you unify. You find a synergy, you find resilience, you find creativity, and it's a transformative experience. What the earth is pushing us to do right now is to transform the human race into what it always should have been. And that is a species that can work within the web of life, to join the web of life again, and to let it blossom, and let us transform, and let us transcend. And it's now. It's not later. There's no more talking and shaking your head and wringing your hands and dithering. It is now. It is about our survival, and we need to come together to do what we have to do to save our species. The earth will go on. Our species may not. It's all up to us. And it's not about technology, and it's not about our leaders. It is about leaders who come from representing us, who come organically out of what we are. But it's time. It's time, and the time is now. And we all know that we have something to offer, and we can all get together and work together. And if we do, then we can transform, and we can move back into harmony with the planet. And we can take advantage of the wisdom of the universe that has been staring us in the face. That's all for now. Bye now.